Before I start, the intention of this video isn't to incite anyone or to incite violence. It is solely one purpose: to get everyone involved and informed about gun control debate so that they could go out and make a difference and get engaged, so that you don't lose your rights and so that society stays safe. With that being said, let's start the show. They say people won't like it if you don't got a good beat on it. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. As some of you already know, here in the United States, we're in a gun control debate. And since we all know whoever speaks the loudest usually gets heard, I am going to speak on it. This is Inform and Engage. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And I know what half of y'all are thinking. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. That is true to a certain extent, except for the fact that in gun-related crimes, it's a combination of guns and people that kill people. And I know what your second argument's going to be. The Second Amendment says I have the right to bear arms. That means I can have my guns. Why are you trying to take my rights away? Interesting. The Second Amendment actually states as follows: a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The Second Amendment does not give anyone the right to be deprived of life, liberty, or property. Neither does it give anyone the right to be subjected to cruel and unusual punishment. With all that being said, I believe we need to change the way we look at gun control. To me, gun control is where people and guns come together. It's where rights and responsibilities come together. And it's when we decide as a nation, as a culture, that we will no longer allow the epidemic of gun violence to run rampant in our country. If you don't decide what gun control should look like, if you don't decide that you have a voice, if you don't decide that you can make a difference, if you don't decide that you have rights, it will all be taken from you. Similar to how it has been with the Patriot Act. Similar to how it has been with the National Defense Resource Preparedness Executive Order. Similar to how it has been with the National Defense Authorization Act of 2013. With all of that being said, I will give you my 4 or 5 things that should be done in reference to gun control. The first thing that I think they should do is have universal background checks. What that will do is it will essentially close the gun show loophole, and it will stop individuals from being able to buy guns online. What good is that? As you may or may not know, the Columbine shooters obtained their guns from a gun show. And, as you may or may not know, the Virginia Tech shooter obtained his guns from online. If there was universal background checks, there's a possibility that they may not have happened. Second, I believe there should be a national gun buyback program. You want to take our guns away! Stop them! Stop them! Are you done? For those of you who don't know what a gun buyback program is, a gun buyback program is a program which is instituted by an official body, usually a police department, in which an individual can voluntarily bring in a handgun or other weapons and turn them in. Usually it's in exchange for reward. They are not taking your guns. You're voluntarily turning them in. The third thing I believe they need to do is pick an ATF director and then properly fund the ATF. Without that, there can never really be true gun control measures and enforcement that fall within the Second Amendment while still protecting the U.S. citizens and civilians. What about Fast and Furious? Are we forgetting? Fast and Furious is a direct result of there not being an ATF director and it being improperly funded. Fast and Furious occurred in 2010. There hasn't been an ATF director since 2006, since the Patriot Act was reinstated and it was determined that Congress had to choose the ATF director, in which they have failed to do so. Oh. Fourth, there has to be a mental health portion to this as well. They have to actually do research and probably revise the HIPAA laws so that they're able to release certain mental health information to the gun departments, such as the ATF. That actually kind of gets a little tricky, so they have to work on that. Another major proposal is banning assault weapons. I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. On one side, you have the fact that in the last 4 shootings in Connecticut, where the shooter went to the elementary school, in Aurora, where they went to the movie theater, in Oregon, where they went to the mall, and in Wisconsin, where they went to the temple, all the shooters use assault rifles. So if there was an assault rifle ban, technically, one of them may not have happened. But then on the other side, you do have the Second Amendment and the militia. So, I don't know. Well, anyways, you've heard my 5. So put your 5 in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, go to my Facebook, like it, Inform and Engage, as well as Twitter, Inform and Engage. You can go to the website, favorite it. It's not fully up yet, but it's www.informandengage.com. You've been informed. Now get engaged.